Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Inoma and welcome to our reaction to Anthem's Show Must Go On. This is for our patron David B. And when it is about Show Must Go On, I know what everybody thinks about. But this one is by Anthem. This is the first time ever that we are going to react to Anthem. I'm not aware at the moment whether it is a band we are talking about or an individual artist, but we like the title, Show Must Go On.
By the cover, it seems to be a Japanese or an Asian.
Okay.
Is it Chinese or Japanese? What do you think, Kirti? Does this look like Chinese or Japanese? I think it's Japanese. So it's probably a
It looks like Japanese.
Probably a band from Japan, or the person who posted this
No, nothing like
video
that.
may
You know
have
what happens? The cover
maybe
can
Japanese.
be which was made for Japan.
Yeah, so it could be a Japanese fan.
Yeah.
Definitely not Queen's iconic hit. It seems to be something totally different because the title has one word missing. There is a show must go on. The show must go on. This is just show must go on.
Yeah. Okay.
So that itself says if they had to use Queen's song, I don't think Queen would ever allow them to
No,
use.
they don't. Yeah.
They ask Vanilla Ice, if you know what I mean. But anyway, the fact is this is
Ask
definitely
Vanilla
a
Ice.
different song.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, based on the title, I guess it's pretty much going to be what Queen's song is about.
Show must go on.
I doubt things are going to be any different here. It's probably going to be the same thing, that no matter what happens, no matter what the odds are, how tough things seem to be, and I mean.
Show must
the
go
show
on
must
is
go
a
on.
phrase that we often have to use and remind ourselves of. So I know after listening to the song, we can have a great discussion about it. And people who come to our channel, they look forward to those discussions.
So let's get started.
Straight
It
off.
is, for all purposes, the first time single take, honest and pure reaction by Kirti, and as well as me. I have never heard any band from, if it's from Japan, I've never heard a band from
I
there
don't
before.
think they are.
And I've never heard this song before. So let's get started with this one. It's going to be really, really interesting to listen to this. Wow, pretty solid start. this is pretty iconic too. This sounded like a rock and roll mega anthem of sorts. Wow, I wonder when this was released. It sounded so 70s. You know, like Kiss, one of my favorite bands.
I have not, apart from one song, I have not heard any song from Kiss. But what I hear from Anthem, why have we not heard of them so
Yeah,
far?
I'm quite stunned because
What is wrong with us?
what I heard was incredible.
They are no amateurs. They are pros playing the guitars, the vocals, everything was pro.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us?
This is the I don't know. We asked for request. You know, in fact, we did it a lot in the past.
I know.
You know, we asked for a lot of requests on our community sections on polls. Why didn't this come up?
You know what saddens me the most is YouTube also is a vast platform and we have a lot of freedom to do things and listen to great music and everything is available. But what happens, there are some people and some bands and they dominate in the marketing so much that there is so much is left under the pile. You don't really get to see them, you don't really get to hear them unless it is about our really kindest and the smartest patrons who bring it out for us and give it to us.
Yeah, I often, not often, but sometimes I talk about with our patrons and certain friends who know what we do, every single day almost
I
now.
know.
On YouTube, they sometimes, we have very vivid, no, not vivid is the wrong word, but we have very deep discussions on YouTube and reaction channels and subscribers and things what I have started to enjoy talking about because I have started to learn, I've learned a lot in the last, even you actually.
Yeah,
we have discussions too as a couple at times. And one thing I'll just say what I have to before we get to the lyrics. And I have to say something really important about these lyrics. I caught on to something which maybe most people may not catch on to about the lyrics. But the fact is that, so often we have these discussions and we talk about reaction channels and music and lyric videos and rock bands and pop artists and country music superstars and all that. And in this process of talking, we often realize that right now in 2019 and maybe even in 2018, most of the so-called popular videos in music and reaction to music, reaction videos, most of the most popular ones are actually the most disgusting ones to watch. They are the least interesting ones, to say the least. They have very little educational material in it. They're hardly entertaining. And it definitely seems to me like, it's like half-brained individuals have created these algorithms which are catering to half-brained individuals who watch it. Most of the reactions are perhaps on these channels, not ours, are perhaps watched by half-brained individuals, and the half-brained individuals who created these algorithms are serving it to them, so it makes sense to pair both these half-brained individuals together.
To make it one.
And, the ones with the most views are obviously the most disgusting, the least interesting. In other words, they're totally fake reactions. They have very little inherent value in the content that they discuss. Secondly, it's very easy for them to fake reactions. It's very, very easy to say, "Ow!" I know I do that a lot these days, but they're always to illustrate this very same point. I never do that myself in a reaction. Never ever. But the fact is that there's a lot of this going on. And it's important to, highlight it because we are one of those very, very, very fortunate, blessed reaction channels on YouTube where our patrons are so wise and smart that they always give us requests like this.
Yeah.
This is one of those special requests. I would say it's even better than most other requests we get ordinarily. But we do get at least 15 such requests in the month, which we are shocked. We are shocked. How come this?
Nobody heard of it.
Nobody heard of them. I mean, at least till now. Nobody recommended it till now. We've done over 1,000 reactions and 1,000 in the past on another channel, before we got onto
We
Innova.
have 1100 at the moment on Innova.
And more than 2,200 reactions totally, possibly, in a career,
I
a
know
short career.
1,000 or 1100 songs are not too much, but with the trend that goes on in the reactions, we get to know
Okay.
that there is not too much covered.
Very quickly now, I come
Yes.
to the lyrics and then I leave it all to Kirti to have a say.
Okay.
One thing I must mention, I love these lines. I love these lines which
Each
came
of
in.
them.
I love most of it, but I love these lines that came in right at the end. And in the night time, when you're shining like a star, I pulled it up while I was listening because I love to do that when I love a request. I don't do it most often, as you know.
Yeah.
But I told Kirti I want to sit here today. I want to sit near the internet, near the laptop, on YouTube. And I want to pull the lyrics up if I want, because sitting over there is difficult to nudge her and tell her do this. It sounds rude, it sounds impolite. When people say that, why are you doing this? Let us speak. But I want to say, pull up the lyrics, I want to know exactly what was said. So, and in the night time, when you're shining like a star, these people will call you friend. Wait till the end. The show must go on. Now, this tells me exactly what I wanted to hear. This is so relevant to my life, so relevant to the lives of few celebrities I personally know, and personally I've seen how their lives have been shaped. A book writer, a painter, a pageant queen, a musician or two, two of the topmost rock bands in India. I know a couple of members from each of them. One of them being Pentagram, one of them being Pin Drop Violence. One of them is still active and one is no longer active. But when they were in their prime, they were the leading bands in India, if not Asia. This part of the world anyway. So the fact is, these lines are so important. It was such a phenomenal build-up to come to that last paragraph. What brilliant songwriting. It can only come from experience. It can only come from experience. Those lines are experience speaking to you.
Mm-hmm.
People may throw shit at you. People may put you down for no reason at all. People may get kicks out of bullying you, insulting you, being a racist person to you, behaving like a racist, which we have witnessed on this platform ourselves. The fact is, they may do all that. But if you continue, if you keep the show going on, trust me, at the end, you'll be the last one laughing. They will all want to be your friend. I've seen that in my own life, not in reactions, but definitely in another business. I've seen that literally every time, whenever I've been successful, because I've been blessed to be successful quite a few times in a couple of businesses or more. Whenever I've been successful, when people get to know about it, it could be relatives, it could be friends, it could be students, it could be clients. Suddenly everyone's so nice to you. Suddenly everyone wants to be your best friend. Suddenly everyone wants to be around you. Suddenly everyone wants you to help them in their own career, in their own lives. I've seen this as a counselor, obviously, with a lot of success, having trained close to 400 counselors from close to 20 plus countries at least, and mainly from India, obviously. But I have trained a lot of counselors in the last 14 years online. And, always when I'm really, really successful, or they get an idea that I'm very successful, because I keep a very low profile. In fact, at most times, even my own wife may not know what I'm doing, when I'm working. So this is the only business where she's completely in charge, so to speak. She can dominate, she can boss around, and she can tell me what to do, but it's not the same in other things. But the fact is, I completely agree with those lines. I've seen it with so many musicians, not just in my country, but musicians I've followed for maybe 3-4 decades of my life. I've followed them, I've listened to their music. I've seen this happen. Everyone has a down period, and then everyone's against you suddenly. Even fans spit on your face at concerts, or throw tomatoes at you, throw water bottles at you when you're performing. They say get off the stage and things like that. The same people who paid money to be there, that's what's amusing. They've actually paid a lot of money to be there in the front, but then they tell you to get out of there and things like that. They boo you. But the fact is, when you have a successful album, when you have a successful tour, I'm guessing this is what happened to Anthem. You know things will change dramatically overnight. Everyone wants to be your friend. From your wife to your neighbor's wife to your, everyone else around you, boyfriends, girlfriends, everybody wants to be in your good books. They want to be around you. They want to be seen with you. You talk about David Geffen, you talk about L.A. Reid, you talk about top musicians, talk about Simon Cowell. All of them have seen this in their lifetime. This is brilliant writing. Over to you, Kirti. I've said all I have to. You can take as much time as you want. We have 3 to 4 minutes, but you can.
Amazing lines of the song. I mean, this song is musically, lyrically, vocally, from every angle. This makes a perfect song. This is a perfect song. And when we come down to the lyrics, I like the way he put it. Each line after line. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing it for any other reason. But the reason why he's doing is to defy the so-called critics and so-called haters who take a lot of, who enjoy putting someone down just because they couldn't be in that position. And they think by doing that they can pull the person down. And he is doing not for the fame, not for the money, but to wait till the end when the same people come and flock around you and make you a hero when you are right on top of your game. Times keep changing. The people who care a lot about other people's opinions every step of the way, what others are thinking, they are never going to rise in their life and never going to rise above that what people are thinking. They will never ever rise above that. When you have your own imagination, when you have your own set target, this is where I want to reach and nothing else matters to me. My show must go on no matter what is happening at the moment. It doesn't matter because you have set your target, you want to reach somewhere. Along the way, there will be people who will be saying, just like the line says, he'll never make it. He won't be able to take it. He couldn't make it, he couldn't take it. Some of them say, you won't make it. And some of them say, even if you reach there, you can't take all of it. When it comes gushing to you, the fame, popularity, people, the media, the paparazzi, you can't take it. You're too weak to take it. If I can make it, I'll be able to take it. There was this, I don't want to refer it actually. It will get very controversial, at least in our country. But suddenly one night, something changed a few years ago, in the year 2017. In the month of November, when Donald Trump was chosen as the president of the United States. And overnight, people were worried. And all the people said in the country, the rich people are going to lose their money. Because, this law came and all the rich people now will become poor like us, or they will become middle class like us because their money is going to be vanishing away because of this law. But what happens, those who know how to build it, they know how to secure it. They know how to guard it.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Donald Trump or Obama or
I'm
anybody
saying around
else.
that time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to refer to it, but what I meant to do is, if you have the courage to build the tallest tower, and people may say even if he's building, it won't last too long. It will just, with a wave of something, it will fall off. If somebody can make it as tall, he has the confidence and he has the capacity to withhold it for a longer period of time.
I love this guy's voice, the lead vocalist of Anthem. I love the bass guitaring, the lead guitaring, the phenomenal solos. Wow, were there 2? Were there 3? Were there 4? Who knows? But they were incredible. There's incredible guitar work in this one. Great drumming, clean guitar work. What vocals? I loved it. This kind of tunes are what legends are made of. This is when this is a band you want to listen to practically all their songs. I know not every song can be as good as this.
I know.
Even in a particular band's history or catalog. But I don't mind spending the time listening to all of them. This is one of those bands. I loved it so much. You know,
if you get introduced to a band, this is the best way to do it.
yeah, so that's about it. We absolutely love this. You can tell by our discussion, by our faces, by our body language. Check out our Patreon page to learn more about Kirti and me, about Enoma, how we take up requests, what is pure reaction, what is a psychological reaction, how we go about doing things. The link to do that is in the description of this video. You'll also learn about how to place a request with us and be a patron supporting our channel. Definitely, but right now we are booked. I just need to inform you. But be patient. It's worth the wait.